a monkey in your pants?
Alright then folks, welcome back to another Bad Influence fan commentary. This is Series 3, Episode 3. That's correct, 1990s UK television show, hosted by Andy Crane and Violet Berlin. This was the alternative programme really to Games Master back in the day, but it's an absolute classic. I used to watch it all the time, and let's watch it now together.
Hello from Bad
It's
Influence.
Dolph Lundgren.
This week is Stunt Race Effects on the
Wearing
stairs.
tight... No, it's not really, it's Violet.
Marvellous, love. Absolutely super. Yes, it's a behind-the-scenes show today, including
Mr.
an exclusive
Andy.
look
Magic
at the making
Carpet.
of an unusual PC game, Magic Carpet.
Tried playing that recently on the PlayStation 1. Oh my god, the controls are bad.
The scenes of a brand new Flintstones musical.
What? Did anybody in YouTube land ever see Flintstones musical? Jesus Christ, they're bombing it along here. This is Namrud. He used to live in a shed. I'm not sure where he lives now, but he does cheats. And he's got a hedgehog, I think.
My first cheat for today is for Global Gladiators on the Mega
not
Drive.
called-
It lets you skip levels.
It's not like
at any point
McDonald's
during the
game or
game.
something.
Simply
Or am
pause
I
the
getting
game
confused?
and type in B C B A B.
Shoot, yes, it is. Look, there's an M. Why did they call it?
You did it.
Ooh, you did it.
Then unpause the game.
Why did they call it Global Gladiators?
And you'll skip straight to the next
Blatantly
level. There we
fucking
go.
McDonald's.
Hey.
I don't know what it's called. Spike his hedgehog is eating his legs. Oh, it's a cat.
Stay, bad fan. Stay.
Cue Violet on 2.
Nipples.
But first, have a look at this.
They'll say that for a
One
while.
of our studio TV
It's a
monitors
PVM.
has been damaged because it's had the same bright image left on it for too
Oh,
long.
it's
You can see that's a clock
image
that goes
burn.
up for the program, and you can just vaguely see the numbers there.
Shocking.
But this doesn't just happen to studio monitors. In the early days of video games,
hello, video
people
game.
who played Pong for many months soon found white lines developing around the edges and down the middle of their
Shocking.
screens. Now, because of this, most modern computers have a special program built in called
A screensaver.
This is our studio PC.
I don't know
and
if you can
don't
call
touch
that
it for a
a
while, then the
special
screensaver will
program.
begin to run. In this case, it's the name of the manufacturer rolling across the screen.
It wasn't long before the
Wow,
programmers got bored with just
screensavers.
rolling the company name across the screen, so they started to tinker with the screensavers and make them funnier. In fact, one of our deep techies here at Bad Influence has programmed this one with a very important message for
The
our
deep
director. It says,
techie.
time for a tea break, Jeremy.
Programmed that.
And
No,
if
he
your
didn't.
programming skills aren't so hot, you can buy a whole range of different
program is
screensavers
now
to
lying
mount
to
onto
our
your machine.
faces.
This is a very famous one called Flying
Ooh.
Toasters. Can of Worms is a fun
I
one.
recognise
The
that.
worms destroy your files by gobbling them up. This one's called
I
Aquatic, and it gives you
recognise
some
that.
wonderfully exotic fishy screensavers. And this one produces a bouncing glow.
I'm not sure about
You
that.
can put any picture
Does
you
anybody
want
actually
on it.
use screensavers
Yes,
nowadays?
We've been Fertling.
I just let my
But
monitor
this brand
switch
new
off.
Star Wars screensaver is my favourite. It's a galaxy far, far
Then
away
if you
from
wiggle
flying
the mouse,
toasters.
it switches
We'll
back
play
on.
bits from the film here,
No
including
need
this
for
lightsaber
frickin'
duel between
screensavers.
Obi-Wan
That's
Kenobi and
pretty
Darth
epic
Vader.
though.
There's a famous scene in the
Oh my
Death
god,
Star
that's a
trench
screensaver?
as the TIE fighters chase the Rebel X-Wing.
That's pretty cool.
And you can even type in important messages in the famous Star Wars scroll.
What?
Here's one I prepared
No
earlier.
way. Oh,
Time for a tea break, Jeremy.
that is not a
Oh,
famous
no, sorry,
Star
lovely, no tea
Wars
break today.
scroll.
Just carry on with the item, and could you do it better, please? Thank you.
That's
Normally,
extremely...
I'd be frantic
Sorry,
trying to
I've
work
coughed
out
and
what
burped
the
all at
demo
the same
was.
time.
Because it's a screensaver, I just have to sit back and watch.
I would edit that out, but I can't be bothered.
There's loads in it, including biographies of all the
That's a
Star Wars
screensaver.
characters.
What?
In fact, there's so much information in it that soon I'll need a screensaver from a screensaver.
And cue Andy.
What are you playing, Andy?
Right, our main review this week is
Stunt
Stunt Race
Race
FX on the
FX.
SNES, the latest game to use the Super FX
Is that a
chip.
competition pro
Stunt Race
joypad you were
FX
holding
is
in
an
your hands?
unashamedly cute game with little cartoony
I actually
cars,
like this
but
game.
there
I
are
think this
loads of
game's a bit
tracks to choose from,
Marmite, I
including
should say. It's a bit
Aqua
hit and
Tunnel,
miss.
which
Some
is
people
set
hated
mainly
it, some people
underwater.
liked it.
There's also a selection of races.
I remember
Each
like
car
playing
handles
it a
differently.
hell of a
The 4x4,
lot
for
actually
example,
when I
is
was
slow, but it
a
holds the
child,
road
when I
well,
had
whereas
my
the
Super
F-Type
Nintendo
has
trying to
brilliant
beat certain track
acceleration,
times, etc.
corners on its door handles.
Nowadays I
So,
don't think it's a
plenty
great
of
game, but
options,
back
but is
then I
it fun to
liked it.
play? Here's Adam.
Here's Adam with the review.
The programmers have got it just about right with this game.
$49.99,
The graphics are
mate.
very smooth for a console, and you've got plenty of control over the car.
It's a bit of a weird game.
For tricky tracks like Night Out, which is the hardest on a novice difficulty level, it's best to use a four-wheel drive car which has good acceleration and a strong body.
There you go, that is
so
tips
that
from
if you crash,
Adam.
It doesn't matter too much and you won't die so
Use a
easily.
strong body and you
one
won't
of the
die
best
too
things
much
about this game
easily.
is it has selectable views, a close-up, a long shot and a cockpit view. There are 4 so-called stunt tracks
Cockpit.
in the game.
I remember
which
these
gets
bits
its
as well.
name.
This
This is one of them.
stunt
They're not really
sections.
stunts, you
Yeah.
just drive around collecting stars. I would have preferred stunts in the style of hard driving with jumps, loops, and so
That's
on.
a better idea, Adam.
This
I
is
agree.
two-player mode, which really lets the game down.
Two-player
It doesn't
mode,
go fast
3
enough because
frames
it's splitting
per
the screen into two.
second.
And a lot of the screen is taken up with pointless maps and statistics, which nobody's really looking at anyway. On top of this, they haven't even taken the opportunity to add guns and bombs to allow you to
Guns and
destroy
bombs.
the opponent. You just have to race into the
I'm
finish.
laughing because
It's
I
really
remember a
missed
Games
opportunity.
Master episode
It's a really good game which might have got
where somebody also complained about some car game because there was no guns and bombs and no fantasy.
I like the cartoony graphics and the fact that you can see the car from different angles.
It's fast and fun with some nice graphic
It is an alright
I didn't
game.
actually get any sense of being in the
Not
race.
played it for a hell of a long time, but I do remember enjoying it. 4.
Both the girls and
Give
the
it a
boys
4.
gave it a playable
Yes.
4 out of 5.
At least deserves a 4.
So a score of 4 for stunt race effects. Now, very quickly, I'll just explain how
What the fuck
marking
is that
works here
girl
on
playing
Bad
in the
Influence.
background?
Our panel of expert game
That is
players
huge.
mark games out of 5. To get 5,
I know what it is, but I
again,
can't
it's
remember
gonna
what
be
it's
something
called.
Really special, like Super Mario Kart. Original
big
when it
fuck
came
off.
out and great fun to
That's
play.
what it's called.
4-point games are pretty darn good, but then are perhaps not quite so original. R-Type's a good example of that. Fun to play, but not quite as original.
Not quite as
Average
original as
games
what? The
score
original
3.
game?
Average
What?
games are a bit like teachers. They wear dull clothes, but some of them are okay when you get to know them. Sadly, most games fall into this category, including Asterix. Our advice with the price of games these days, unless you especially like the character or the style of game, avoid 3-pointers. 2-point games. So what do 2-point games have going for them?
Avoid
Well, only 1 or 2
3-pointers.
things, really. The rest of it will be a bit disappointing, so we wouldn't recommend you buy that. Crew Ball is a good example of a 2-point game. On 1-pointers,
Oh, come
are to
on.
be avoided like the
It's
plague.
Pit
There are
Fighter.
games like Pit Fighter. There aren't many of them
That's a
around,
blatant
but those that score 1
5-pointer
point are real stickers.
on any
And
system.
now, on a more uplifting note, off to the town of Bedrock.
Mr. Andy Crane knows nothing. Yabba dabba doo, bitches! I miss the Flintstones, as in the cartoon from the 60s or 70s or whatever decade it was from. Not this variant. Stop singing, boy.
Fred and Barney
I want a shot
really
on
are
that.
a page right out of history. They started life as a cartoon nearly 40 years ago.
That's right.
The animators had a great time thinking up prehistoric
Was it
versions of
Hanna-Barbera?
modern technology.
Barbara?
Everything from Stone Age cars to dinosaur
This is the
trains.
right.
Now, it's
He
easy
talks
to
from
draw all that
America
stuff,
land.
But making it come to life for a movie was a dinosaur of a task for the producers.
Producers.
They had to call on all the very latest movie technology.
Oh, look,
to
it's
make
like
the
real
town of
Flintstones
Bedrock
land. I want to
real
go there.
under the camera.
Holy, I want to go there.
Dinosaurs were a mixture of robotic models.
I want to go there.
computer graphics.
If I have enough money,
As
I'm going to
usual
build
with
that.
movies nowadays,
One day.
Much of the work was done after the location filming was complete.
Dino or Dino? Dino? He looks fake.
Creating effects like that live on stage is impossible. So visitors to Universal Studios Hollywood get to see something quite different.
I want to go there
Flintstones
too.
Live is an old-fashioned musical.
No, I don't.
Fred wins a Bedrock talent contest and is
No
flown to
musical,
Hollywood,
please.
USA to make the world's first rock video. From the audience,
It's not like
it
there's
all
lots
looks
of
very
songs from
low-tech,
the
But
cartoon.
because the show has to be repeated up to 15 times a day, every
15
day,
times a
3
day!
different casts.
Oh my
Behind
god,
the
I hope
scenes,
these
the
people
show
get
has
paid
almost
well.
as much computer technology as the movie.
15
The
times
main
a day!
computer sits at the back of the theater and runs the whole show. The
How
action
long
on
is the
stage
show?
is divided into a series of events.
I wanna
such
press
as
some of
when
those
the house set
buttons.
slides forward.
And twiddle.
Before it
Oh,
sends the
is this,
signal to start
that
the
shit's
motor
touch
to
screen?
move the set. The
Holy
computer
fudge.
checks that everyone and everything is in the right position.
Retro touch screen
Then, for safety reasons,
with big
it makes the
spaceship
light flash on the
buttons.
control panel on stage.
1970s
A member of the
spaceship
crew
buttons.
has to press an enable button to confirm that no one's accidentally wandered into the path of the set. When all's well, the set
Wow.
slides out, pulled by a chain mechanism under the floor. Of course, there's still plenty
I'm
for the stage
still
crew
impressed.
to do,
I
including some pretty
No,
nifty
no,
rope
no.
work to fly in the newspaper headlines.
see that's the cartoon. I like the cartoon. Oh, by the way, this is the educational section. Sometimes they have these.
Chief techie on the show, Ilya
It's
Popov,
something to do with
took
video
me
games
backstage for a closer look.
or computers at the very least.
Start of our Twitch sequence here.
I'm not sure how yet,
Fred
but it
jumps
is.
in the volcano and gets launched out. Well, we don't really launch right
Ah,
out,
you-
but we
please
do
launch
when
him
we have
out.
a dummy that's in the backside of the volcano. When Fred does jump in, goes through a trap door that's under the volcano. Once he enters that trap door, he has to get to what we call an enable button. That enable button tells our computer and our technical director that, hey, I'm here, I'm safe, and he has to stay on it for the duration of the scene. Well,
I
once
am
he's
listening
on his
in
button,
interest, mustached
technical
man.
director pushes his button, closes that door, opens another door, and launches our dummy out of our backflow volcano, simulating like we launched a Fred who fell in.
Oh, that's clever, I get it. It's not really him, it's like a pretend man who's a dummy.
Z-Right having a gay old time in Bedrock.
Z-Right's having a gay old time. That's all I'm gonna say about that one.
And Q Violet.
Gay old Z
Back
there.
to Super Nintendo,
Nipples
finally.
game isn't
What's
out until
that?
Christmas, but we've got an incredibly early version
It's
of it.
just a
so early
board.
in fact that it isn't even in the cartridge yet. There's only one level and there's no sound.
Oh, it's the
We've been told the
Flintstones.
finished version of the game will
Ooh,
feature
from the
samples
movie.
from the film and all the familiar characters.
Never played it.
Fred, Wilma, Pebbles, Barney, and Dino. It's a platform game. And
That
for a
looks
change,
alright.
the sprites actually look like the actors in the film.
Probably plays
this week's
rubbish,
music previews.
but it looks alright actually.
The Lion King is the latest Disney
A
blockbuster to
Wimbowie,
get the
a
video game
Wimbowie,
treatment.
a
It's due out
Wimbowie.
on
Oh,
8
that's not from
formats.
the Lion
This is what it
King,
looks
but
like
it
on
is
the
a song
SNES.
about being in the
You
jungle.
play Simba the Lion Cub as he
I
leaps
love
around 12
Lion
levels
King.
of beautifully animated platform
I think I
adventures.
mostly remember it on the Mega Drive
It's not
actually.
all fun and frolics though. There are some mean baddies in here, like these hyenas.
For some
in the
reason, a lot
elephant's
of
grave.
Disney games I only remember
Basketball
from the
stars
Mega
are
Drive.
popping up in the most unlikely of places these days. Here's Shaquille O'Neal,
Oh, no.
featuring in the world's first beat 'em up featuring an NBA
Infamous
superstar.
Shaq
It's called
Fu.
Shaq Fu, and it's for the Mega Drive and SNES.
It's a bit
Here's
of a
Shaquille
wonky
performed
game.
his own martial arts stunts for digitizing into the game. So imagine a kick from a size 22.
Hold on, he just said
pounds.
what? He done his own stunts or
Meanwhile,
something?
Michael Jordan makes his video
Really?
game debut in an arcade adventure called Chaos in the Windy City. An evil scientist
I've
has
not played
captured
this
the
game
NBA's
either, I know
best
what it
players,
is.
and Jordan
Looks
has to
better than
rescue
Shaq
them
Fu
using his
anyway.
athletic skills and some pretty nifty
Is
basketball
Michael Jordan
power-ups.
better than Shaq O'Neal?
The battle for your Christmas pennies is hotting up with the big boys announcing their plans
Yes,
this week.
big boys.
For a penny under £130, you can choose between Virtua Racing
Oh.
with a Mega Drive from this
I
weekend.
thought I was going to say
or
for the
much
game
acclaimed
alone.
Donkey Kong Country
Oh,
for the
come on,
SNES
it's
from
got to be
December
Donkey
2nd.
Kong Country and a SNES all day long.
Go, Fang, go. Come on.
Over
Up,
Virtua Racing
hey, up.
and a Mega Drive. Come on. Come on. If you're with me down below, please let me know. Mega Drive Virtua Racing or
Right,
Donkey Kong
that
Country and
is
Super
it.
Nintendo?
I've had it up to here with
Let
you.
me know in the
I've given you
comments.
every opportunity to learn show jumping and you've showed no interest.
Cats
at all.
don't show jump.
So,
Cats are
from
cunts.
here.
Sorry.
Over
It's a
here
well-known
we go.
fact.
Yes,
I've got a
in
cat.
there for you.
I'm allowed to say
Tighten
these
this up a
words.
bit.
It's my vidya.
Hello, slimy footlers. I didn't see you there for a minute.
What
on with the
what
cheats.
are we playing
This
today,
one's
Nam?
for Bubsy the Bobcat on the SNES.
Bubsy?
It lets
Did you say
skip to the
Bubsy?
penultimate level.
Bloody
Simply
hate
type in
Bubsy.
BTC
Why is he playing with a
like that,
non-
select,
PAL
down to
SNES
exit,
controller?
press start, and there we are.
Or
Nipples
that's very
away.
dirty and the
Hey.
colours on the buttons are really dirty.
Ah, Fang! Oh no! Fang! Oh,
I'm
oh,
undecided.
Fang. Nice Fang! I wasn't really going to catapult you.
He was Fang, he was.
Oh, well, I hope Fang gets him. And
Thank you, Violet.
This is a very special game. It's called Magic Carpet, and it's
Yes.
going to be huge.
No.
Starts off with a flight sim, then it becomes an arcade shoot 'em up and strategy game. All
It's
rolled
an
into
arcade
one.
shoot 'em up my
the
ass.
story is simple. A catastrophe has split the world into separate realms.
I've never
You're a
played it
wizard
on the
whose task
PC.
it is to
It's
restore
probably
these
incredibly
kingdoms
easy
so
to
you can
control on
rule
the
over
PC
them.
with a mouse.
You have several enemies.
Because playing it on a
like
PlayStation
bees,
1 pad
dragons, and
sucks
other wizards.
balls.
These wizards
I
can
have
be controlled by
tried.
up to 7 other people all playing on
It's the
their
only thing I
computers.
actually played it on
Now,
was
to play the game,
PlayStation
first
1.
of all, you have to get your bearings, then you have to build your base. Just
I remember
zoom
playing
up
it back in
and
the day.
see
I
and
never
just
remember
build a
having issues
castle.
with it, and then playing it
Watch your
recently, and I
base
thought, oh
grow.
my god, this is impossible to control.
There are 32 incredible spells. This is
I was
a
very
spell
impressed with this
selection
though
screen.
when I
I've just
saw it
selected
was
volcanoes. Now
when it was
watch
being
this.
announced or released and
There
the
it is.
style of the game.
Spectacular. Oh,
I thought it was
I've backed right
amazing.
up to see that. It's so tall. Now, fireballs.
But
I've
I've
also
never
selected
properly played it.
fireballs. These are
Just had
pretty
a little bit of
lethal.
a bash on it.
But if we go back, I'll show you my absolute favourite. I'll just select it. There you go. Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Now, I've found myself a nice little bit of land.
That's, how's that an
Oh, here we
earthquake?
go,
It's just
rending the ground asunder.
destroying the
If you're
ground.
listening in surround sound, you'll know that this game features it. because
Hold
you
on,
can
they
hear
had
the
surround
enemies coming
sound in the
up behind
90s.
you before you can see them.
Yeah, but I'm
Apparently
not in
so.
surround sound, so you can't. The team that brought you Magic Carpet are also responsible for PC games you will know, like Syndicate, Populous, and this year's big hit Theme
Is that
Park.
fucker?
Games like this take an
Is it
enormously long time to
somebody-
develop. And the head of
Melon,
programmers
yeah.
on Magic Carpet and the others is this man here, Peter
There you go.
Hi. Welcome to
Somebody
Bad Influence.
melon, yeah.
Some of the early software you brought to show us, this is kind of stuff
He
that you
looks
started
young
with
and
then rejected.
fresh.
What did you reject first, as it
Well,
were?
this was
What's
about
this?
3 years ago, and as you can see, although it's fairly smooth and you are travelling over a landscape, there's too many blocks there. And if you look at this,
Is this
door
Magic
there,
Carpet
it just
3 years
flickers too
3
much.
years
So we
before?
rejected that.
So
No.
that one was out of the window.
Then?
So where did you
You know
go
what
to
I'm saying.
next then?
Okay, let me just show you that. So with this technique, you can see that the ground is actually much, much smoother, but we couldn't have the range of colours that we needed to show above land. So we switched it to below water, but we really still weren't happy with it.
OK, so that went out of the window as well. So what do we get to
we
next?
start again. And I'll just move to that.
He's not really doing this at all, is he? He's lying.
This technique here, you can see a lot of the magic carpet elements coming in. We've got the landscape,
what's the thing on the screen?
sea and the coast.
Is that supposed to be a flying magic carpet?
These trees. When you're programming initially, you have to grab the graphics from absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, those are populist trees, aren't they?
Right.
You've nicked those. How many years ago?
Andy, you did not know that.
This is about a year ago.
OK, and there's no gameplay here, though, is there?
No, absolutely none at all. That's where the problems really start, and we've got the engine, we have to squeeze a game in there, and we do that by just testing and playing and testing and playing.
OK, well, it's been very interesting
testing
seeing
and
the
playing
game
and
develop.
testing and
Thank you very
playing.
much indeed for coming in. The big test, of course, will come when the bad influence.
Look at Andy's 90s hair.
On it. That will be in mid-November. In the
Fucking
meantime, here's what
squiffy
they've
and
thought of a
epic.
couple of this week's new releases.
Epic. Jesus.
He's back, that Aussie demon Taz, spinning and whirling his way through a plethora of planets as he tries to escape the evil clutches
never
of
played
Marvin
it.
the Martian.
Marvin, is that Marvin the Martian?
Here's Angela.
Hello, Angela. Come on.
The aim of the game is to rescue Taz.
Talk to me,
but
baby.
Who'd want to? I'd leave him there. I've seen it all before. If you've seen the first game, you'll probably find
Looks
this
very,
familiar.
Tiny
It's
Toons.
boring because it's so
Buster
much like
Bust,
the
loose,
first. There's a few new
colourly
moves where you can
graphics.
bounce off walls. And the little nice
that
touch
makes
where
sense.
he eats a box of rocks, rubs his tummy, rolls his eyes. But it doesn't add to the playability.
Doesn't add to the
Despite the nice graphics, it's a
playability.
very dull and annoying game.
Shoots fire though.
It's an old game with new levels. It's really poor, and whoever wrote it needs to be sent to Tasmania.
Oh, okay.
It looks nice, but there's just nothing new here, so you can't be bothered to keep playing.
Okay.
And the scores for Taz, Escape from Mars. The girls gave it a not worth bothering with 2 out of 5. And the boys
One.
gave it a Cat Taz Tropic, 1 out of 5.
It's as bad as Pit Fighter. Pit Fighter's
Kid
good.
Chaos, who stars in a new platform adventure on the Amiga. The kid's a bit
I
of a
know this
thug.
is on the
He's a
Amiga,
caveman
but
who's
I
been
also
thrust into
don't know
another
why I've
dimension
never played
and
it.
kitted out with a nifty skinhead outfit.
That
Now he must
actually
bash his
looks
way through
alright
20 levels
for an
so he
Amiga
can get back
platformer
home to
game.
prehistoric times. Does Kid Chaos
For
have
some
that
reason I was
magic
never a
fun
big fan
factor?
of them.
Here's Lee.
Rough and tumble? Rough and tumble?
This didn't appeal
I like
to me
that.
at first because it
Super
looked
Frog.
babyish.
I do not
But
like
it is
on
a
the
top
Amiga.
quality game once you get into it. He's a really destructive character.
I'm gonna have to play this game.
Everything he sees. The music and sound effects are brilliant.
looks
and
more
they
than
really add to the
acceptable.
gameplay. It's really easy just to pick up and play.
Yeah, it looks decent
I
actually.
think the programmers have overdosed on Sonic a bit. This is a bonus level. You get extra weapons and it's great fun. It also adds a new style of gameplay.
It's interesting.
This will give you a good challenge. It's one of the best ever platform games I've played on the Amiga.
Must be good. Oh,
It's just an average platform.
girly face does not like this.
I didn't like the main character very much. He's a miserable-looking thug, but it's a really playable game.
What?
And the scores for Kid Chaos, the girls gave it an average 3
3,
out of
4,
5.
4,
and
4,
for the
4,
boys, thumbs up
4.
with 4.
Yes. I'm gonna play that actually. Kid Chaos.
Oh, hello, slimy foot.
Hello, Nam.
Still not managed to find Fang yet. So, I suppose I better get on with today's last cheat.
That would be pleasurable, thank you. Why is he wearing some weird... I just looked
It's a
at him
level
and just
code
clocked what he
for
was wearing.
Humans on the Game Boy.
Humans, I love
And
that.
It takes you to the last but one level.
Game Boy, never played
Just
it.
enter
The game, that is, obviously.
JHN on the password screen.
Oh, look at those
There you
beautiful
go.
little Game Boy
Code
graphics. You've got to love it.
correct. And you get to level 18.
So I also now know there's only 18 levels
So,
in Humans
that's all
on the Game
cheats
Boy.
for today, Foot. Let go. Stop, will
Oh
you?
my god, attack of the killer kitty.
And next week, Fang will be
3DO
taking
Total
over the cheat
Eclipse.
section. Last week's competition prize was a 3DO
I won.
game. We asked you
Fuck
how
it,
long
I
it took
won.
the light from the sun to reach the Earth to the nearest
8 minutes.
The answer is 8
Fuck
minutes.
yes.
We had 16,000 entries.
I won.
And the lucky winner is Robert
What?
Stevens from Stockton-on-Tees. Well done. 10 runners-up get banded with t-shirts. Their names are going
My
on
name's
the top
not
of the screen
Robert.
now.
This week's competition prize
Fuckers.
is a SNES with a copy of Stunt
I'm gonna win
Race
this one,
FX,
then.
And the question is as follows. Who won the British 1994 Formula One Grand Prix?
Nigel
If you know,
Mansell.
of course, on 0891
That's a pure
755
guess and a half.
The call will cost you no
Nigel
more than
Mansell.
25p, but do please get
Maybe.
permission from whoever pays the phone bill before you dial, because
Someday
you can't
enter
win
that,
if
and
you don't
if
get
I don't
permission.
win, you win.
And cue on,
And give me
Violet.
it, please.
That's it for this week, but we
I
leave
love
you
the
now
look of
a
the
real
3DO.
exclusive, a sneak
It's just
preview
not that
of the
great a
next
system.
game from the Magic Carpet
It could have been.
Working title Biosphere. This is the future.
Run credits and
This is the
goodbye.
future, by the way.
Marvellous. You were very, very
What?
good indeed. Yeah, we must do lunch.
There you go, guys. Thank you much for watching. As always, this was Bad Influence Series 3, Episode 3, fan commentary. 90s and 90s retro glorious televisions for your face, eye, socket, ear listening devices. Thank you much for watching. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you next time.
Do you have a monkey in your pants?